Hey peeps, it's been forever, huh? Gonna wait a few minutes, see if anyone gets a notification and pops on. Got some news updates. As you can see from the heading, the health department sent us an extortion letter. Well, they like to call it a penalty letter, but we know what it is. So if you get this, just give me a, sign that you're here, maybe a like. You can share it as well, too. So, post, and then I'll get started, okay? All right, so, back in April, the health department made a visit here at the Cracked Egg for our inspection. And at the end of the inspection, Angel I'm not going to say his last name, Angel said, you can't ignore that letter from the health department. I said, what letter? Never received it. Anyhow, they sent me it. It's an extortion letter. They want $13,200. That's a fine, they're saying, for defying their health order, okay? So then our attorneys appealed it, all right? And now we have a discovery hearing on October 19th. And there are some questions that our attorneys had asked for. They wanted to identify all individuals who participated in the decision to pursue Civil Penalty 161. They also wanted to know, was the ACHD's legal department involved in the decision? If so, please identify all individuals from the legal department who participated in the decision. Number 3, when was the decision to pursue Civil Penalty number 161 made? Because they came for us in August, they came for us back in December, and then we had an evidentiary trial hearing in January. And now, in March of 2022, they're going to send us an extortion letter. So number 4, why did the ACHD wait until March 30th to impose the civil penalty? Number 5, has the ACHD sought civil penalties based upon COVID-19 violations from any other restaurants since July 1st, 2021? If so, please identify all such restaurants. Number 6, please identify how the penalty amount of $13,200 was calculated. Number 7, please identify all individuals, hold on one second, who performed the calculation referenced in number 6. Please also produce all documents that are related to your answers to the interrogatories 1 through 7. Please produce all inspection reports, form the basis of each of the alleged violations, and please produce all documents which the ACHD intends to offer into evidence for the hearing for the within appeal. Okay? So that letter was sent. Okay? So guess what I got yesterday? They want a protective order against the Cracked Egg. Now this is what I find so amusing, okay? So I'm not gonna read all of it, but the appellee, Allegheny County Health Department's motion for protective order. Allegheny County Health Department, or the ACHD, by and through its undersigned counsel, in accordance with PA RCP 4012, hereby files the following motion for protective order, requesting the hearing officer exempt department from disclosure of certain information, and as grounds states as follows. Okay? Appellant, the Cracked Egg, maintains a business page on Facebook. Since the page was created September 9th, 2015, Cracked Egg has amassed 11,791 followers. Now let me take a break from this and invite you to invite all your friends to like and follow our page. On numerous occasions, Cracked Egg has shared on their Facebook page derogatory statements about various local and state public health officials on the Cracked Egg page. See Exhibits 1 through 4. While the department respects the Cracked Egg's right to free speech, it raises concerns that the publications of phone numbers and email addresses of its employees, subjecting them to targeted harassment on the part of the Cracked Egg followers on social media. 5. Thus, in answering appellant's interrogatories, department respectfully requests that it be allowed to exclude the email addresses and phone numbers of its employees, in addition to redating the same information from any communications produced pursuant to its request for production of documents. Well, I just find that so funny, don't you? Because if you don't know, this here is a folder of our hate mail. There's some love in there too. Mail. Now that does not include the Facebook reviews, bad reviews of the hate. That does not include Yelp, Google, and that such, okay? But before I go and read some of our hate mail that we received in the mail because of the Allegheny Health Department, I just want to read you one day. I'm not going to read all of it, okay? But I just want to read you a segment of one day of our evidentiary trial, okay? When Dr. Brink, who is the Allegheny County Health Department's epidemiologist, where she testified. So let me just go to page 101. Now, after I lick that finger, I'm going to wash that hand, okay? Because we don't spread COVID here at the Cracked Egg. So, the question from Jim, our attorney, to Dr. Brink was, so I understand, I think that you said that you have identified 10 clusters emanating from restaurants in Allegheny County. Is that correct? Brink says, I was guessing based on my recollection of having created this table. It looks like 11 outbreaks or clusters associated with restaurants. Jim says, I don't want you to guess on anything. Dr. Brink, what period of time is this chart intended to portray? In other words, are you telling the court that there have been 11 clusters since the beginning of the outbreak until now? Her answer, yes. Question. I want to just look at the bottom of the chart from restaurant A through K. Restaurant A, you identify as the onset of the cluster in November of 2020, correct? Yes. Correct, rather. Restaurant B, identified in June 2020, correct. Restaurant C, October of 2020? Yes. Restaurant D, October of 2020? Yes. And all the remaining restaurants were all identified in June 2020. She replies, yes. Were there no outbreaks in, for instance, April of 2020? There were outbreaks, but not at restaurants. Question again. Not related to restaurants. How about May of 2020? No, she says. Jim asks again, you don't have any of your chart, do you? Do you? She says no. How about August of 2020? No. Question. December of 2020? No. Isn't it strange that all the outbreaks occurred in June? How do you explain that? She says a lot of these happened after the return of the green phase and return to 100% full in-person dining. So, she says there's no outbreaks in December. What did the governor and the health department do to us restaurants? They closed us down, remember? There were no outbreaks. October, no outbreaks. Okay, so then let's just go to page 104 here. He asks her, would you agree that 11 clusters or 11 outbreaks out of 67,000 cases is a pretty minimal amount? She replies, it is a small number, yes. Okay. So, and earlier in the day, so he questions her, you testified on a direct that you did not want to identify the names of the restaurants for two reasons. One was a HEPA concern, and the other one was you didn't want to disparage any business. Is that correct? She says yes. So let me stop right there for a minute. There were 10 or 11, well, one of those was a restaurant, okay? So 10 restaurants, okay, had COVID traced back to them, okay? The Cracked Egg was not one of them, okay? But yet they put this little sign on our door that we're in imminent danger to the public. Do you know what imminent danger means? It means the threat must be immediate or imminent. This means that you must believe that death or serious physical harm could occur within a short time. For example, before OSHA could investigate the problem. So there's COVID cases linked back to other restaurants, and they don't put a closure sign on their doors? How dangerous was the virus? Isn't it true that Allegheny County, in fact, does disparage any business that doesn't comply with the COVID mitigation measures? She says, A, our restaurant closures have been public for whatever reason that they were closed. Question, and in fact, haven't there been news articles and in news interviews where you say that these restaurants have not complied, don't go to them? She replies, I have never said such a thing. He asks, has anyone from the Allegheny County Health Department said such a thing? She replies, I don't know. And if I may draw a distinction, please, we do not release outbreaks that I have had. I am sorry. We do not release the names of restaurants that have outbreaks. If we take enforcement action, that is not my department, and that has always been subject to news release. So you don't mind disparaging those people? She replies, I have not disparaged those people. Okay, so that's Dr. Brink. But Dr. Bogan, Deborah Bogan, she's the health secretary of Allegheny County Health Department, right? On December 30th, she had a news conference, and she said that Bogan mentioned a number of restaurants that were ordered to close for not following COVID-19 guidelines, including, they named 3 of them, and then the Cracked Egg, because I'm not going to disparage those other restaurants. She quotes, please don't patronize restaurants that are defying the state's orders or the health department orders, Bogan said. There are hundreds of food establishments throughout the county that are doing the right thing. Okay, so they're scared. They don't want hate, but it's okay to disparage other restaurants. So let's just go through some of the hate. Here was one I got. It was, sometimes I get letters. You are disgusting and irresponsible. Shame on you. That was mailed with a little coupon I had. Oh, here's a good one. Name, put on an effing mask. Your message was put on an effing mask. Here's one. This is from Sheann. Wearing a mask was for the safety of all. You chose to disrespect all people. Typical white right-wing rhetoric is in defense as to what was important to you. You can hide behind all the proverbs you won and link into feeding children. All that is fluff. It does not matter because you did not care about spreading the virus. You cared about you. There is also a sizable group who saw your video, and you are covering this instead of showing that you are sorry and misinformed. Admit your wrongs instead of being so hypocritical. Oh, here's one from Bet None of You Idiots Graduated High School. Here's a letter. Here's a letter. Kimberly, it's one thing to do illegal activities, but when you flaunt it on Facebook, you and your staff are a bunch of low-life pieces of garbage. How dare you go without a mask and continue to be a threat to spreading this virus? Are you people that stupid? I hope you all catch the COVID-19 and suffer for a month with it. Then we will see if you wear a mask, you piece of excrement. Also, you are second low life pretending to collect toys for tots. I'm glad they turned you down. Want to know who I am? Someone who will never be in your COVID spreading business. It is obvious you have no conscience. So that was nice, right? So there is a slew of hate mail. I showed you the folder. It's huge. These are just letters, emails. That's all. It doesn't include it. So I want you all to get behind us. Wait, what does this say? Look out. It's the, Matt, your comment isn't coming all the way through. So anyhow, get behind us, spread the word. They're coming for us again. They're never gonna let up. These people have some serious heart issues. Yes, they do, Rachel. Yes, they do. But anyhow, I wanted to let everyone know, say hi to the Allegheny County Health Department. I ain't gonna say your last names online. You don't have to worry. I don't come for you. I don't come for you. You came for us. That's what you did. And they're watching our Facebook. So please, share and like our page and invite all your friends to like it. We need more followers because it's only going to get better, right? All right. I got to go because I got to go crack some eggs. There's Cody. So we'll see you later. Goodbye and God bless.